All right, solid. All right. So welcome everyone. Thank you guys for being here. Let's go and start with question of the day. I think it is yeah, it's Friday of week 7. So where we have 10 more weeks to go. So this class is technically it's supposed to be 16, but it's going to be 17 because for the what was supposed to be the last week is going to be Thanksgiving. And so we're going to have 2 days off there. Halloween we'll have off. So it's like 3 days already right off the back. So we're just going to extend it a week. So we're going to end the week after Thanksgiving, that first week of December basically. All right, cool. But for question of the day, uh today it is what time period in history would you like to visit for a day? And Kiko chose a question, so I'm gonna have him take it away and start it. Yeah, whoever chooses a question has to start.
Um, Man, I have like recurring dreams of being in like the Middle Ages. Why? I guess but it has hit me before where it's like, how will we all survive? And I've written down like skills and stuff that I already know that could possibly save my life. I don't know. I think like that. So I think the, the mid times. Yeah, yes. I never watched the movie with Alex and right? Wait, what? No, it's just
Sure.
actually I thought about it.
Who you gonna pass it to?
Whoever's next. Maybe it's 2025 right now. We don't want to go back to the early 2000s. It's the main reason why is because like I just want to remember what it's like to die. Because I just went outside and just played like kids and stuff like that. Like those were days where like I would get music soccer. So mid 2000s. Also like I kind of want to remember what 2 months was like before 20. Because yeah, before COVID. It's like I vaguely remember when I didn't even think about that time. Because it's like, oh, it was tourism was the hard thing. Now it's kind of like so I kind of want to see what we lost.
Run your
Like
wallet.
26. I'm like 26. And I'm like 6, 7 years old. Like I don't even know why I'm seeing it. But yeah, I'm just like, anyway, basically watching. Okay. So, like, what's it called? Like ancient Japanese styles? Edo something. Yeah. Yeah. Like, some Japanese.
Like samurais and stuff.
Yeah. But I think Japanese are very well listened.
Yeah.
That's something I'm impressed with. Even now, but back then, they're super well listened. That's extremely. So one's kind of like HS answer, but like the 2-on-1. Remember when I was young, swear we had a slingshot. I always wanted to try the slingshot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I never tried.
Uh, yeah, like, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you manage to sing some stuff that's making sense.
Perfect. Okay. I think I would do like maybe like the 70s because like I don't know, I feel like it's just like everybody's on something or like it's
Everyone,
like colorful. It's like
everyone was on
yeah.
probably.
Like, I just feel like it's like just a chill time, have a
Yeah.
good time. If I could spend like 2 days somewhere, yeah, that'd be chill. And then
Yeah, I like it.
next on my screen.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think for me, I was thinking of like maybe like the 90s when like I don't know, like computers were just starting, getting bigger, like
wasn't fun.
er,
It wasn't fun. Like to turn on a PC,
yeah.
like to do dial-up, and like to open a web page probably took long, like 25 to 30 minutes from the time you press your button to seeing the screen. I'm not even shitting you. Like that was the early, even just the 2000s. Yeah. Like I'm fortunate enough to have gone through that where my parents both had needed computers and internet. So it was like, oh cool, it's so cool. But nowadays when you think about it, you're like, dude, it was terrible. It was hard. It was difficult.
Okay, fair. That's fair.
It was-
Okay.
The startup years, I want to say, were giant boxes of and then
Yeah, about to ask.
What's everyone's age? What's everyone's age? 34, 29, 20,
23.
23, 26.
You know.
Yeah. 90s were fun, 2000s were fun, but it was just like you did. If you want to know what it was like not having a cell phone, you had to remember a lot more. It was the Rolodex. The phone book was actually, I think, a very 411.
Yeah.
I still have friends that call 411.
What about pagers? You have a pager?
So I only got a cell phone when I was like a junior in high school, and even at that, it was still like SMS.
Yeah.
And it didn't have, it's like a straight Kyocera with flashlight on the top. I had a Nokia. So everyone had an iPhone. Also, it was AOL Messenger and send messages.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with right now then, to be honest. I'd say I changed my answer. I think I'm pretty
Yeah.
happy. Yeah, I don't want to go to the future because I feel like AI is just gonna just do everything. Right now it's like a really nice sweet spot, I feel like, where it's still new. So yeah, I'm gonna change my answer to that. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna change my answer to
Let
that.
us know later.
Okay, so what I wanted to go through first, well, for one, kind of as I had up here, so we're gonna do a group project. So I'm gonna split you guys up into a group of 2 and group of 3 eventually when Junior gets here. And so I have kind of a plan of like what you guys are gonna do. And so there's a few different options. So like here's like a ride sharing API, kind of like Uber or something like that, restaurant menu API. So this will be kind of similar to what I built for Hafaloa, school courses API, movie reviewers API, e-commerce store, whatever. Or you guys can choose, you guys can make up one of yourselves. Completely up to you guys. I just want to give you guys some options so that way pretty much everyone, I want the 2 groups to not be building the same thing, basically. I don't want to give you guys the same thing. So that way, like I want there to be some some differences. But yeah, so we're gonna be doing that. But before we do this, I want to show you guys like the proper Git workflow. So, and by what I mean by that is like, so right now when we've been dealing with working in teams, technically we're working like you guys are already pushing and pulling, which is good. However, that's not like the real way that it works in the real world, if that makes sense. And like it's really close to it, but there's a couple things that we're not doing that basically we need to do for the regular workflow. And basically what we need to be doing is kind of creating our own branches. And we're gonna go through I'll go through what a branch is and all that stuff. Let's do this. Why did it move again? Pull up my terminal. Okay, so I'll make it bigger too. So we're gonna practice it. We're gonna try it all out right now, and we're gonna see what the correct workflow is, and kind of we're all gonna create our own branch, create a PR request, and get that merged in and stuff like that. So the real workflow of the way like it's gonna work on day to day, like let's say I assign, I'm just use this example, say Kiko, you're assigned to do the controllers for our API. You're assigned to handle that. So theoretically, what you're going to do is you're going to start on the main branch. So actually, so let me pull up. So for example, that many to many blog API, right? If I go get status, we can see we're on the main branch. So basically, the way that we can think of the main branch is the main branch is going to be the branch that like all of our users are using, let's say. That's the clean branch that like is the one that our production code is on, right? If we're working on any feature on anything, we shouldn't be on the main branch. So like we should never be pushing or anything like that to the main branch. So theoretically, I'm going to go get checkout dash B and I'm going to create a separate branch. We can think of a branch as basically it's a copy of what of like for example the main branch, an exact copy, but it's one that we don't have to like um we can update without having to worry about messing up that branch. It's kind of like our own version of it in a sense that we can manipulate as much and do whatever we want to it without worrying about breaking that, without worrying about breaking like what the users, what our actual customers and stuff are using. So to do that, so we can see right now I'm on branch main. I did get status and I can see that. Or if I even just go get branch, I can see I'm on branch main right there. And so I'm going to switch, I'm going to create a new branch and switch to it. So I'm going to go get checkout dash B. So get checkout dash B basically says, hey, let's create this new branch and I'm going to name it something. So for example, depending on where you're working, the naming convention is going to be different. But the way that the last place that I worked, the way it was your initials. So for example, for me, it was like LS. And then there was different teams within the place there was like 70 engineers, let's say, at the place I worked. And so there was separate teams for each group or whatever. And so I was on feature team 1. So it was LS feat 1 dash, and then it was the next thing was like the ticket number. So theoretically, I'm assigned a task, and that task has like an ID, has a number associated with it. So I'm just gonna say like 0001, for example, because let's say this is the first task. And then from there, I would potentially even write what I'm doing. So like, for example, implement controllers or whatever it is. Or maybe I might not put that, whatever. Like it really kind of doesn't matter. But let's just use this as like the first example. So it's going to be my initials, LS, the team that I'm on, feature team 1 dash 001, because this is the first task. So theoretically, this is ticket 1. And so now I click enter. And so we can see it says switch to a new branch, LS feat 1 dash 001. If I do get status, I can see no longer am I on the main branch. Now I'm on my own feature branch. Basically, I'm on this branch that I can manipulate this code however I want, and no one else has to worry about me breaking their stuff. And so that's kind of the huge importance here. And again, if I go get branch, I can see now there's the main branch, and then there's the branch that I have. And so theoretically, I'm opening up the code. So I'm going to go like code space period. There we go. Right. Yeah, it's this one. And so the other thing right here on the bottom left, we can also see here in the VS Code, we can see which branch I'm on, which is nice too. So let me go and open up a terminal. And so now I would theoretically like do whatever it is I'm doing. And for just the sake of whatever, let's see. So where's my app controllers? I have a post controller. I'm just going to generate a controller for what does our schema look like? Okay, we just have posts, whatever. Rails generate controller authors. I don't know. I'm just gonna generate some random one. It really doesn't matter what it is. Okay, cool. So now I'm gonna go get status. I can see I added the authors controller. Now, if I do git add, go get status again, just make sure it works. Git commit -m, add the authors controller. Theoretically, I'm adding and committing my code kind of regularly now, but I'm on my own branch. And so let's say I just made that change, I'm adding, committing it, and now I can go git push. However, when I do git push, we can see we have like an issue here. So we cannot push to main, so it's not just git push by itself. I need to basically I need to copy this command. I can do one of two things. I could either go git push origin and then my branch, ls feat 1-001, or I can do what it says here. Basically to push the current branch and set the remote upstream, whatever, copy this command and let me paste that in. And so now whenever I make a change, now I can just type in git push, theoretically. Or not theoretically, that now from here on I can do that basically instead of having to do this entire command basically. So now if we go back to GitHub, I'm gonna go github.com CSG live. Let's go repositories. So here's our many to many blog. And so now we can see, yeah, so we can see I basically made a recent push with this branch. My branch has a recent push. And so we can also click, I can click on this thing right here, this drop down, and we can see there's two different branches, right? We have our main branch and we have this branch that I just created. I'm going to click on this. And so now we can see here's the change that I just made. And so theoretically, I did what I needed to do. I implemented whatever my task was for this ticket. And then the next thing to do is I need to figure out, or the next thing I need to do is I need to merge my code that I created on this branch to put it into the main branch. Because if we switch back to the main branch, we can see that branch doesn't have that thing that I just did, created that author's controller. I doesn't have that right now. So I need to create something called a pull request, which is some of you guys have seen this tab already. So I need to create a pull request to merge my branch into the main branch. So that's what the next thing I need to do. So now I can click, so I'm going to go to pull request. I could click that button, but just show you guys the other way. I'm going to click new pull request. And so the base is going to be main because I want to merge my code into the main branch. And then the branch that I'm comparing is my branch, LSV1001. Cool. And so we can see here's the changes I made. I added the author's controller. Here's that test for it. And now I can just click create pull request. And so here's where now I would create. You guys are kind of doing this?
No, so we had an issue where Junior named his API folder something with writing.
Mm-hmm.
Remember you helped us change it.
Yeah.
But the way I told him to do it was since I pushed up or we pushed up our code,
Mm-hmm.
that he can just go and copy and paste and put it onto his code.
I got you. I got you.
And now this is the way where he could have just pulled it straight from our.
Yeah. So this is the proper way. Theoretically, each one of you guys had your own branch for what you guys are doing. And then from there, you merge that code in. And the other thing, though, is in that situation, everybody's working on a different part of the application. Kiko might be working on the controllers. Ron's working on the models. Junior's working on the seeds or something like that. So that way there's no conflicts, right? We don't want to be working on this because if everyone's working on the same thing, when we push up, it's like, how do we know what is this, like, which one do we want? Like everyone's working on the same thing. So that's why that's why for the examples that we've been doing for these group exercises, whenever you guys are working, I'm like, hey, if someone's working on it, don't touch the code because I don't want there to be the chance of you guys working on the same thing and then there's a conflict with what there is. And so this is the way to minimize at least those worries of conflicts. And so now on this open pull request page, here's where I basically add a description of what it is I did. So whatever, implement authors controller, no tests failed, blah, 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 whatever. I explain what I did, all that kind of stuff. I give a description. And then from there, I'd click create pull request. Solid. So now I have this pull request. And for right now, it says no merge it, or I can just merge it directly in. But in the real world, you cannot merge your code until someone's reviewed it. So theoretically, this says at least one reviewer from the team basically needs to review your code before you actually can merge it in. And so theoretically, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to copy this. I'd go to like Slack or something, and I'm just going to put it in. I'll put in exercises and I'll be like, hey team, can someone review my PR when they get a chance? And I'd send it, whatever. And then when people have time, whoever has time, they're going to go to my PR, open it up. They're going to review what it is. Okay, cool. So here's kind of what it says it did. Let's go see what they actually did here. I can go to files, change. Okay, cool. There's what they did. Blah, blah. They added this author's controller. All right, solid. If it's good to go, they would click, basically they would add a review. So they can click review changes. If it was good to go, I can't approve my own, but they would add a comment like, oh, it's good to go, right? Or whatever, good to go. If it wasn't good to go, they might add a comment. So they might leave a comment, hey,
Are you able to edit it?
nothing. No, I can't edit the code here.
You would have
Oh no, I can edit. I wouldn't recommend it though. Do it in VS Code. Yeah. But yeah, so theoretically, so like in the scenario that everything goes good, they'll review and they'll approve it. In the scenario that they have an issue, they're going to leave some sort of feedback. They're going to leave a comment, right? Like, hey, nah, I don't think that I don't agree with this. Can we talk this over? Or like maybe I like there's kind of a cleaner way to do it, whatever it is. And so basically we're going to kind of be going back and forth about making sure that this code isn't going to break what we have on the main branch, right? Because that's what our users are using. And so once that's good to go, finally it's proved, whatever, whatever. And then finally, then we would merge our code in. So then theoretically, I click merge, confirm merge. And so then now we can go back to the code, and we can see now there's this new commit. The new commit was this merge pull request. Basically, we merged that pull request that this person created into the main branch. So that way now our main branch has the updated code. And so obviously this is kind of a long process, but this is how like, teams work because we want to make sure that there's going to be, as we can see there's conflicts can happen really easily. And so we want to prevent that. And so this is kind of the cleanest way that most people use in order to satisfy this workflow, I guess, in a sense. Yeah. Does that make sense to everybody? Yeah. Questions?
I have a question.
Yes, Lana.
So you know when you did you were adding, committing, and pushing,
Mm-hmm.
and then it gave you the command, the upstream.
Yes.
Is it called upstream?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah. So if you just do your git push origin, the feature name, do you have to do git that same command every single time versus when you use that one?
So I think the way it works is if you want to just use git push by itself, then you're gonna have to run this command. If you don't care to just type in git push and you want to explicitly type this in, then you can just type this in.
Okay.
And so to show you, so actually this is a good thing to do. So now the other thing to note here is here on my local, by my local, like what I have locally on my code, we can see this is still showing ls feet 1-001. Whereas technically that branch is kind of like we don't need it. So I'm actually going to delete it. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to click, is there view all branches? And I'm going to delete that branch because we created the PR request. It's already merged in. We don't need it. So I just deleted that branch. No, I just clicked the trash. And so now I'm going to go here. And again, the point I'm trying to make here is that we still see that branch locally. Basically, what we do on GitHub does not affect what we do locally. And so I have to delete this branch. And so to delete this branch, I'm going to go here and I'm going to go git checkout. So git checkout basically switches what branch you are on. So for example, git checkout main. Now I switched from being on that branch, that ls whatever, to now I'm on the main branch. So there's a difference between git checkout main or git checkout -b and then whatever it is, blah, 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 blah.
But
So
B is the specific.
-b is creating a branch. So git checkout main is you're switching to a branch that exists
outside
already.
of it.
Yeah, yeah. You could use whatever it is. Git checkout main, git checkout ls. It's like here. So if I go git branch, we can see these are the two branches I have local. I'm on the main branch. That's why it says it's green. If I do git checkout ls that, now I switch to that branch. So that's the way that you can switch from one branch to the other is git checkout that. If you want to create a new branch, it's going to be, if we scroll up here to the top, we can see, where is it at? Oh, I cleared it. But anyway, it would be git checkout -b. That -b is saying, hey, create this branch. This branch doesn't exist locally. Create a new branch. Okay. Switch back to main. And so the next thing I have to do is that I have to pull down the most recent changes of main. So technically, my main branch, if we go here, I don't have that author's controller. It's up on GitHub. We can see if I go to the code, app, controllers, there's that author's controller here on GitHub. However, my local does not have that author's controller. The reason that is because I never pulled the most recent changes of main. So whenever someone merges code back into the main branch, the next thing to do for your local is to switch back to main. So if I go git branch, we can see I'm on main. Now I have to do a git pull. So if I do git pull, we can see now there's the author's controller, etc. So basically I need to pull those updated changes down to my local. And so now we can see here's the author's controller. Now I have it locally. Perfect. And so now I could continue with my regular workflow, do whatever it is I need to do. Okay, cool. And then I wanted to show that thing that Lana was asking about. So I'm gonna create a new branch again. So it's gonna be git checkout dash B, and I'm just gonna say ls feet 1 dash 0002. And so I'm creating this branch. So I'm gonna do Rails. I'm just gonna add a whatever. I'm just gonna add testing, git status, git add. Theoretically, I can go app controllers, authors controller, git status, git commit. I'm just gonna put testing. And then now if I wanted to do git push, so here's Lana's question. So if I go git push origin and then the name of the branch, ls v1-002. Wait, did I name it wrong? Oh, good call, Adrian. Thank you. Origin. Solid. There we go. So I didn't have to do that git push and copy that command base, that set upstream command. If I'm explicitly being like, hey, push there. However, now if I make another change, testing again, and if I want to just use git push, now so that's where I can't. I have to use this set upstream. If I want to use git push just like that, I need to run that command. I don't need to do that if I'm going to explicitly be like, hey, git push origin this. So what this says is, hey, push it up to this branch specifically. If we just say git push, it doesn't know where to push it by default. So that's why if we attempt to do it, it's like, hey, I don't know where to push it to, but if you wanted to push it to this specific branch, and then you can use this command to set it up so that way whenever you do git push, it pushes it up to that branch. And so that's kind of the difference there. So you don't have to use git push. You can be explicit. You can say git push origin, whatever the branch name is, or you can just do git push. I tend to just do the git push and then run this command. So then I'll do this. I'll copy this, paste that in, click enter. And so now that I did that, now I can just push up normally. I can just push with git push now from now on because now it knows where I'm pushing to. Okay. Solid. Okay. So all right. So that's gonna be the regular flow of how you're gonna work day to day. And so I created this like team collaboration cheat sheet where you're gonna get the latest changes, you can create a new branch, uh whatever, add, commit, push, etc. And so yeah, so this will be the daily flow. At the start of your day, theoretically, you're going onto the main branch and you're making sure that you pull the code, right? You're gonna make sure your local branch has the updated code. After that, then you're going to start your next task. So you're going to create your own feature branch. So it'd be git checkout dash B. And then depending on where you work, the naming convention is going to be different. For me, as I showed you guys, it was like ls feet 1 dash whatever. For you, for wherever you're working, it could change. But whatever, you're just going to create your branch and then you're going to work on your code like normal. You're going to get status, you can add, commit, and then push up your code. And then once you're done with this, that's where then you're going to create the PR. After you're done with the PR, you would basically, of course, you would be going back and forth to get it merged in. Once it merges in, then you're going to switch back to the main branch, pull the updated code that was just merged in, and then you could also clean up your local branch by deleting that branch. So like, for example, if I go git branch right now, we can see that branch that I deleted on GitHub is still there. So I can go git branch dash D ls feet 1 dash 001. And so now we can see we deleted that branch. So if I go git branch now, we can see that branch that I deleted on GitHub is no longer on my local because I deleted it. And I think this is good practice because if you don't, then you're just gonna have a bunch of like stale branches locally, which is gonna it's just gonna confuse you. Yeah, so I have that here. So basically this is right here. This is everything that you would do day to day, more than likely. Make sure you're up to date with the code, create your feature branch, do all of your work on that branch, create a PR request. After that PR request is done, you're going to switch back to main, make sure your local is up to date, and delete that branch that you don't need anymore. And so that's really everything that you would need right there. And so that's the regular flow when you're working with a team. And so I also actually wanted to show you guys. So the company that I was working at out of the States for a while, they have this really big update that they're trying to do. or that they need to do basically. So their stuff is hosted on this site called Heroku. And so dang, I'm not even sharing my screen. So this recording is like I just realized I'm not even sharing my screen. So this is a you guys can hear a lot of audio right now in this thing in this recording. Dang. That's I wasn't even sharing my screen. Okay, we're just gonna start now, I guess. I'm sorry. Anyway, so back to what I was trying to say. So that company, the company that I was working at, they have this huge update that they need to do. Basically, it's like it's host their Rails application is hosted on this platform called Heroku, and Heroku's like, hey, we have this new version of Heroku. You have to upgrade the Ruby and Rails version on it, or else we're gonna do it for you. And if that breaks some stuff, that's on you. And so it would have broke a bunch of stuff.
This is happening.
Not often. If you're so the version of Ruby and Rails that they're using, it's from like 5, 10 years ago.
But if your code is square, or if your code's fine, nothing should break or anything is real.
Yes and no. So like if we were to try to use the version of Ruby from 5, 10 years ago, there's going to be small thing for the most part. Yes, everything will work. Like it's going to be puts, whatever, like that kind of stuff, like that, the basic stuff. Yes, it's going to be the same, but then there's going to be like little things here and there that they made updates to whatever, optimize the language, right? To make it faster, or maybe they want to add features to the language or whatever that you're going to have to update your code base on. And so to show you guys actually, so I just had a PR merge in today actually. And so here's the one that I just did today. So as I showed you guys, like literally I named like the way that I name it is exactly what I explained to you guys. So the branch, my branch was LS feet 1 dash 2192 upgrade Ruby. And also I upgraded Rails as well. So we can see here's the description of everything that I did. I kind of gave a description. So this was actually a Rails and Ruby update. We upgraded from Rails 6178 to 6110. We upgraded Ruby 276 to 317. And so we're actually, I think we're using Rails version 8, and we're also using Ruby version 334, if I'm not mistaken. And so this Rails version is very out of date. This is really behind, but we're not trying to make huge updates if we don't have to, whatever. And then I shared what files I changed. Here's like everything I did for the Ruby update, everything I did for the Rails update. Here there was actually there was a good amount of stuff that broke that I had to fix from those updates. Here's some issues that we found. There were some compatibility issues, what I changed and why, etc. I wanted to give as thorough of a thing as possible because this was a huge issue that they had and something that they needed help with. And so we can also see here's the files that I changed, and we can see the commits that I have. So I updated this config YAML, the Docker file, the gem file. So here's the Ruby version from 276 to 317, all the gems, et cetera, et cetera. We can see all these different things that I had to do. And so then the other thing we can see is like, for example, the commits, because I was adding and committing on that branch, et cetera. But the point I'm trying to make here is that this is literally what I just showed you guys with like the regular workflow. That's literally what I just did. Like in the past couple weeks, I've been helping them with this. And the other thing that I wanted to share with you guys is we can see I wasn't able to merge this branch in until this person, Dan, approved my code. And so he said, this, whatever, it's been reviewed and tested, all changes explained, reviewed. And then from there, then I had him merge it in because I was busy with some other stuff, but he merged it in. And then now we can test it because now we're deploying that code for us to test it like up online now. And so again, I just wanted to show you guys like this is the actual workflow. I'm not just like making stuff up. Not to say that you guys thought I was or wasn't, but I just want to like I feel like there's more whatever validation here that you guys can see like literally this is how it works in the real world. Questions, comments on anything? All right, cool. Okay. So with that being said, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna all one by one, and this is gonna take maybe whatever 20, 30 minutes. I'm gonna create a repository and we're all gonna do something small to it. We're gonna branch off, make our change, whatever it is. We're gonna create a PR request, get it reviewed by someone else, and merge it in. So we're all gonna do it one by one. We're gonna go around and we're gonna take our time with that. And so the first thing I want you guys to go ahead and I'm going to share the guide. So it's in resources, computer setup, GitHub, whatever, but I'm going to share it in exercises. So there it is in exercises. So now I'm going to pull up my terminal and I'm going to create a new Rails API. Rails new collab API dash dash API dash dash database equals PostgreSQL. So I'll let this run. ls cd collab API. I'm going to open it up. I don't know why it always opens up in that window, but whatever. All good. Open up the terminal, and I'm going to push this up. Whenever we create a Rails API, it's already a repository. That's why if I do a git status, it's already there. So now I can just add, commit. It's going to be like init. And then if I attempt to push this up, we're going to get an error because technically it's like, hey, I don't know where to push this up right now. So git push. All right, cool. It's like, hey, like you don't have anywhere to push it up. So that's where I have to go back to the browser. I'm going to go to github.com/new. I'm going to choose our class right there. And I called this the collab API. Make it public, create. Cool. I'm going to grab the existing, go back here, paste it in, push it up. Solid. So it's pushed up. Now I can refresh here. Okay, cool. And so now I'm going to add you guys all as collaborators. Oh my gosh. Do this real quick. So there's a GitHub app that you can download, and I like using it because I can just type in like the code. It just says like GitHub on mobile. I'm just gonna type in the code instead of having it be my email. I don't know. I just tend to do that though. All right, cool. I put the code in. There you go. Now I can add all you guys as collaborators. All right, cool. I'm gonna add the team. I made you guys a team, and you guys all have write permission. Solid. Okay, cool. And you guys shouldn't have to accept it. You guys should just automatically be a part of it. I don't know why it's different between, maybe it's because I'm an admin in this channel thing. I don't know. Okay, so what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly what to do. I'm gonna do it first, and then you guys are gonna do pretty much exactly what I do. So obviously the first thing you would do is you would clone it, right? I'm not gonna clone it because I already have it locally, obviously. So I'm gonna go here and I'm going to create my branch. So if I do git status, we can see right now I'm on main. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to branch off. So I'm going to go git checkout -b. The -b means we're creating a new branch. And then from there, I'm going to be like ls. We're just going to say we're feature team 1. So I'm going to go feat 1 dash, and this is going to be 001. So whoever's next is going to be 002, 003, etc. All right, cool. So I'm on my branch, and now I can do the changes I want. It really doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter. So I'm just going to go here in the application controller or whatever, and I'm just going to put hello everyone from Leon, whatever. So git status, git add, git commit -m, hello from Leon. And then now I'm going to do the git push. I need to grab that command, paste that in. Solid. So I push my stuff up to GitHub. So now if I refresh the page, yep. So I can see we can see now my branches here. There's that one that I just created. And so now I want to create a PR request for this. So I'm going to go to, I can click compare and pull request there, or I can go do that same thing. I'm just going to click compare and pull request. Cool. I'm here. Title is hello from Leon. Added message saying hello from Leon. Solid. Whatever. Create pull requests. All right, cool. So I'm going to add a reviewer. So I can add any one of you guys. I'm going to start with Kiko. Kiko, we're going to start with you, and then we'll go from there. This one, K the fourth son. Cool. All right, Kiko. So now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to grab the link to my PR. So I'm literally just going to grab the URL, paste, copy that, and I'm going to go here. I'm going to be like, hey, at Kiko, Francisco. Can you review my PR, please? All right, cool. And so now Kiko, he can pull up my PR and review it and go from there. All right, Kiko. So you're good to review my PR, approve it when you feel it's good, and then once that's done, then I'll go in there. Okay, after we do this, we're gonna, so sorry. Uh, so it's not on the, go to Slack.
I just shared it.
It's on Slack, yeah. Yeah, right there. So, yeah. And that, so there you go. Yep, so now add your review. You can click add your review. Yep, did it. You can click review changes. Yep, click approve. Solid, click submit review. All right, solid. So now we can see, it's on like whatever that stuff, and we can see that your changes review and there's your approve, you approve these changes. And so everyone here can see as well that I requested a review from Kiko, and now Kiko has approved those changes leaving that column. And so now I can merge my PR in. So now I can go and I'm going to click merge pull request, confirm merge. Solid. I'm going to delete the branch. Might as well delete that since that branch doesn't need anymore. So now I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go get status. I'm going to switch back. I'm on that feature branch that I just deleted on GitHub. I'm going to switch back to main and I'm going to do a git pull. So that way I can get those changes that I just did, which we can see here go. So now I can see that I'm good to go now. So now Kiko, you're going to do the same thing that I just did there. You're going to clone here, and I'll give you the link to this.
To get out of the branch and open the main.
Correct. Yeah. Oh
You
shoot.
have to delete the branch.
Git status, right?
Oh yeah. I didn't delete it.
Might check your branch names and git status.
Get status, get branch. You can do get status or get branch. So get status in here. So I'll show you guys. So if I do get status, we can see here. We can see it says on branch main, or I can do get branch, and we can also see it shows me the branch on my other branch as well.
If you hit git branch and it runs, just hit Q and
Yeah.
because they'll keep going.
Okay. So now Kiko, you are good to make it go. So now we're not gonna do it on this. We're gonna do it on the collab API. So go ahead and click on collab API on the top. Go ahead and click on that. Yeah. And so now all we do, clone it basically, grab the link. Yeah, here, and so like cd dot one time. And then you clone. So you have to do the git clone first, so git clone and then that. Yep. Solid cloning into the API. Put into your password. Solid. Okay. So now CD into it. So do ls real quick. So you'll need to CD into projects first and then CD into that. Yeah. And then CD into the collab API. Yeah. Solid. Now open it up to code space. Stuff's good, Ron?
I think so.
Oops.
What happened?
No, because I have a set of rims we have my truck in. Sorry. It's like, Anna, bro, you're okay. Oops.
Nobody's
This
gonna
will
take
get
it.
longer than tires.
Okay. So now I will go to, it doesn't matter, go to a sum file and make a change. It really doesn't matter what. Any folder, open up, zoom out of this one, go to the other API. So go ahead and you can close out this Unites menu.
We can all start going.
Yeah, everybody here can close to get ahead. Don't just click the X. Don't choose any one of the, go into any of those files, and folder the files. It doesn't matter. Yeah, okay, add a comment there. So you're not gonna add code, that you like hashtag something. Valid, and just put a hashtag in front of it to make it, so that way there's no, like Rails didn't think that you're like trying to. Oh, cool. Now open up the terminal and push this up. So you need to add a command and then do Control C real quick. Yeah. Okay. Mhm. Yep. So you commit. Yep. And now push it up. So you typed in get push, perfectly fine, but now, so I'm gonna do it, and it's gonna say you need to, oh, wait, shoot. You're on main, you never branched off. Okay, it's fine. So let's branch off first. So perfectly fine. So do get checkout dash B. So get checkout dash B, and then you need to give it the name. So it's gonna be like whatever your initials are theoretically, and then V1. Dash. We're gonna call it that. That's what
Switch it, right?
Yeah, so you switch that branch. Now make another change in the code.
See,
No, so yeah, so we're just gonna, you don't need to see what it does, but we basically just need to make a change that we can push it up. Just add a second comment. So, okay. Now add command and push this up. We will. Okay, so here's where, so this is the one that on the best. Yeah, so when you get push on your feature branch, you need to grab that command. Push it and use out instead. Solid, okay. And then you're gonna create a PR now. Solid, okay, so now let's go here, refresh the page. Okay, we're there. We can see click compare and pull requests. Pull, and the description, whatever you want. So this is a description for your PR, you're not reviewing.
okay, so
Yeah. Explain what you did theoretically.
to- let's just say application.
Yeah.
Control there.
Click create pull request. So now Adrian's gonna be the one, so we're just gonna go all the way around.
So send it to Adrian.
Yep, so don't click merge. Theoretically, you cannot click merge. So now you're gonna copy the URL. Yep, but Slack. Be like, hey, Adrian, can you repeat my PR the same way that I did it to you? Solid. Okay. Now Adrian can go ahead and open that URL. You can click on that link. Should looks like it's in exercises. There you go. I see it right there. Yes. Yeah, either one. You can review the code, so you can click well, you can click on like files changed, for example. And then you're theoretically you're reviewing what it is. You see that's what he did. Yeah, and you click review changes. You have a comment, whatever, and click approve. And then click submit review. Stop it. Okay, now people, let's go back to your browser. Okay, cool. So now we can see there, Adrian approved your code. So now you can merge. Scroll down to the bottom. You're gonna click merge pull request.
But it's only after he's made his changes.
Only after he's approved. Only after at least one person has reviewed your code. So now you can go back here to your logo. So you actually go and delete the branch. You don't need the branch anymore. You're gonna delete it on GitHub. It's gone. All right, so now we're gonna go here. So now go ahead and do a git status. Let's see what branch. Okay, we can see we're on your feature branch. Switch back to the main by going get checkout. Main, no dash B, just main. Do a get pull to make sure we need to get the changes that were just merged in there on here now. Okay.
So this is pulling in.
Correct. So this is updating your local to match what's on GitHub. Solid. So now your local has. The final thing to do is to delete that branch that you don't need anymore. So go get branch real quick. Just to see the other branch and what's the name. I'll get cute. Okay, so now you saw the branch. Go and do get branch space dash capital D
Raise.
dash D. Yeah, and then space and then the name. So you need to give the name of the branch.
Is it a dash?
I think it was EA.
No, but is it a dash?
Right there. That's what it's called.
No, but you don't mean dash after.
No dash. Just the dash for there. Solid. The branch is deleted. All right, so you're good to go now. So now Adrian, pull down the most recent code if you didn't already. So go to make sure you're on the main branch, not on your branch yet. Here you go. Solid. So get cool. Here, go to enter. Solid. Okay, we can see there's Kiko's application record LRB. So now I want you to branch off. Get checkout dash B. So, and then you have to give the name. So, yep, and that's gonna be like, you can name it however you want it is. So now make a change anywhere you want, any file, it really doesn't matter. Solid. Add, let me push that up. That's fine. It's fine, it's fine. So if you don't do dash home, it's gonna open up the site, and then you just add your stuff there. Then once you close it, it's like it didn't. Just close that. Very cool. Get push origin your stuff, or just get push. And what's your branch name? It's right there. Yes, yes, you can. Go and click enter. It's probably gonna be your password. Solid. Okay, so now let's go to GitHub. Let's go back to just click on the left side. And then you're gonna see that you just had a change. So comparing pull requests. So you can add a description if you want. We need to get them out for June. That sounds like, I don't know. I don't know if my mom just left that there. Oh, shoot. Junior's here.
When
Uh,
you want to go
I can go get it.
downstairs and
yeah, can someone get him?
Okay.
Here, whoever. Use a key. Use this key. Shoot. How long is it? Like 9 minutes, 9-10 minutes. I don't know. Okay, so you created the PR. So now you can, so go ahead and grab the URL and you're gonna send it in Slack and be like, hey, Ron. Hey, Junior. Hey, Junior, so sorry. Kiko should be outside. He's coming to get you. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Okay, so Kiko should be walking out. He's gonna come get you. Okay, sir. Yeah. we're gonna wait for so it's not blocked theoretically. There's a rule that they put in to block that, and you can't merge unless something. All right, cool. Yeah, so Ron, you're good to click on link there. It should open up the GitHub. And so then now you can review this code. So you can go like files change, for example. Yep. And so we can see, cool, that's what he did. Don't worry about the stuff on the bottom. So now let's go and click review changes on the right side. I can comment whatever you want, and then you can change it to approve instead of just click submit. Solid. So now that you've done that, now Adrian, you should see that he did that, and you can merge your code.
So it doesn't matter who does the merge, right?
Different places do different things. Some people are more specific. Some people are like, oh no, whoever approves it merges in, and some people are like, if you created a PR, you merged in. Go and delete the branch, click on that. That's a nightmare. Don't need it. Solid. Now we can go to your local, go to VS Code. And so you're on your branch still. So let's switch to the main branch with the git checkout name.
So it doesn't matter who does the branch.
No. And then you can do a git pool to make sure it's up to date. Yep, just click enter. Might ask for your. Solid. Cool. So now you can, the final thing to do is you need to delete your branch name. So go and do git branch real quick just to see them. Yeah, git branch, click enter. Solid. So we can see that other branch is still there. Click Q. And so basically we're going to do git branch space dash capital D. And then it's gonna be whatever that branch name is. Yep, click enter. And so now you delete that branch. So now you're good to go. Theoretically, everything's clean. The next thing you would do theoretically is branch off again to start your next word, your next text. And so now, Ron, you're good to start. So let's go and pull up VS Code. So let's go to the collab API. Oh yeah, go and do code space preview. Could you call Pizza Hut?
Yeah, yeah. What do you want to get?
And I'll go get it in pretty. Or if they could deliver here, that'd be amazing. And I'll just pay them.
Okay, well, what did you want to order?
Let's see what else right now.
Yeah.
So shoot. Just make any change you want. Actually, the first thing you're gonna do is gonna branch on. Wait. Maybe like a meat lovers. You guys like Supreme? Anyone here like Supreme? Oh yeah.
You guys eat veggies?
Okay.
Okay.
Meat lovers.
Okay.
Supreme.
Large? Medium? What size?
And some guys here.
Okay.
Yeah. But like, how many you guys think? Like 3 larges, 4 larges?
That's a lot. That's a lot. I don't know.
That's it. Junior.
So tall.
Hi, hello, Junior. We're we're trying to guess it out. Jay. Junior 6 feet.
I'm a 5'11".
What's the last
I just stand tall though.
we guess we went on and guess and long as we talk about it.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
fair.
remember like kind of because I remember seeing your pic play bar and I was like, wow, this
Oh, we were the same. We're same lines.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Oh my.
Yeah. The last whatever the alumni tournament because we won. That's right. We won the championship there.
nice.
Yeah.
Dude.
So-
Junior preference on pizza. We're gonna order pizzas from Pizza Hut right now.
Shoot, this one happened, man. I'm sorry, man. Like I had one of my appointments switch around, then I got to pick up my kids, and I drop them
No
off.
worries.
It's just yeah,
So we got a meat lovers,
dude. Seafood,
Supreme. What's the other?
That's right in the front. Yeah, dude. Got my
Man, with the people know
Adam. Cheese.
I know
Hawaiian?
You guys, wait, you guys like pineapple on pizza?
Who does that?
Like Hawaiian pizza?
love
Ron does it.
You?
I'll do it.
Okay. So we got those 3. We got
What?
three mediums. 3 mediums then.
Okay.
Is that good enough? 3 mediums, you guys think?
I think that's good.
All right, solid. We'll get 3
Okay.
mediums. Okay, thank you so much. If we need to pick it up, we can. But if they can deliver, that'd be better.
All right, Ron.
So let's go ahead and branch off. Well, get stats real quick, and we can see what branch we're on. Yeah, cool. We see we're on branch main. So do git checkout dash B, and then space, and it's gonna be your branch name, whatever you want to call your branch. So I've been doing like initials, feet one dash whatever. Yeah. So I'll click enter. So now we can see we switched to the branch. So now if you get status again, we should see. We should be able to see that branch name basically. So we can see on branch, whatever that is. So make some change. Doesn't matter what it is. And actually, did you do a git pull already? Could you do git log real quick? Git log dash.
No. Get log.
Yeah. Click enter. I want to see what's the last few. Okay, QQ. So basically, you didn't. So because you didn't pull yet, so we're gonna do git pull origin name. Because technically you're not on main, so that's why I'm saying, hey, pull from main.
That's right.
Yeah.
But if I was on me,
It's just git origin. Exactly.
I changed.
Yeah, space main. So Junior, we're going through like proper collaboration with branching off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I whole thing. Okay.
Exactly.
So last night, when we had our issue,
All right, cool.
we could have pushed every,
Do a git log.
that's what we're ready.
Okay, okay.
That's what I was like, do
Yeah,
copy
there's
and
a
paste it.
last one.
Yes. Now
So
it's teaching us how,
Basically, so it's
what
like,
we
give me
did
the last
to
two
download this.
Through like,
Yeah.
and everything like that.
I'll click Q.
So any changes I made,
Make some
you
change.
could pull up and see it and run off of it.
Put it on my spot.
There it is. Just add some comments in one.
So when I was explaining, we didn't want to teach it,
Yeah, we did that.
but we had about half, like extra 20, 30 minutes of just figuring it out.
But or we can see hashtag.
Modeling, change style, everything like that. That was like.
Solid. Okay, get status, just to make sure everything's good. I love get status because it's like, okay, let's make sure that we're on the correct direction. We can also see like what the stuff is. All right, cool. Go to that, come in and push it all up. Dang, my computer's gonna die. All it. You can do that, yeah, for sure. There's two ways to do it. You could just do the get push or get push origin.
This, like this.
That's where you're gonna have to do that setup stream connect. So if you click enter, for example, so it's like, okay, cool. Hey, make sure you use that in order to set it up. Move the dash. Yeah, you need it. Yeah. Cool. No worries. Just highlight it. And then do Control C after that. Yep. Solid. Click enter. Solid. Okay, so your stuff's good to go. So now we're gonna let Junior get caught up in a second. So we're gonna go to Matt. So now let's go to GitHub. And we're gonna create a PR request and we're gonna ask Matt to review it. All right, cool. So go scroll up to the top, click on code to go back to the code. And so we can see, yep, so there's that thing that you did. So you can click confirm pull request, there's your batch and stuff. So add a description if you want, and then click create a request. Okay. Solid. Okay, so now you're going to grab the URL and you're going to send that to Matt and be like, hey, Matt, can you review my PR? And then Matt can pull it up. He's about to. Got this, Matt. I'll go. Just look at this. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so go ahead and click on that link that Ron sent. Yep, Ron's asking you to review that. Solid. And let's go ahead and click on files change so we can see like what is the code that he actually did. Like, what did he do? Go ahead and click on files change. Yep, okay, cool. So we can see that's what he did. All right, slide. Click on review changes. Click on approve. And if you want, you can add a comment. You don't have to, it's whatever. Then you click, you scroll down a little bit and you click submit review. That's it. That's all from the reviewer side. That's all you need to do. Theoretically, so the other quick thing that I'm gonna say with reviewing code is theoretically, like the proper way to review code is you're gonna change to that branch locally. So you can actually test the code, right? We want to actually make sure it's working and stop breaking it. Right, I'm not doing that because obviously like there's no reason for us to do that. But theoretically, you're switching to that person's branch that you tested, that they asked for you to review their code, and then you're actually trying whatever it is, testing it out. Okay, Ron, so now he approved your code, so let's go ahead and go back to conversation.
Sorry, that same billing, is it?
Um. Billing is, oh my gosh, it's Las Vegas, it's 452 right way with a W, it's WRIGHT.
Oh,
Yeah, right way, and then Henderson, Nevada.
Henderson within here.
Oh, Henderson, yeah, and then Nevada, and then the zip is 89015.
89015.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, here.
and then, yeah. Okay, so we can see Matt, your code and improvements wrote on the bottom. We're not gonna worry about this check, so we can go through that later. Go ahead and merge. Confirm merge. And then you can, it'll give you an option to delete, so go ahead and delete the branch. So now it's deleted from GitHub. So now we need to switch back to your VS Code and we need to update your local. Solid. So now let's go ahead and switch back to main by doing git checkout main. Yep. So now you can see it even says you're behind. So go ahead and do git pull.
Sorry?
Solid. Okay. And so now let's do is to delete that branch that you no longer need. So you're gonna go git space branch space cat
Sorry.
capital D space and then the name of the branch. Not sure. Okay. Yeah, okay, there you go. Yes. Yep, so I'm gonna click enter, and it should say, okay, delete that branch. Solid, so you're good to go. Now, next. And actually, for the others, I'm gonna slack out what we're gonna be doing for the group exercise, so that way you guys can start looking at. Well, you guys can start looking at it and figure out what you guys wanna do for the build. Slack.
Find it though.
My gosh.
See, is that, it's. It showed my phone check. It's such as it. Oh, see, like something like that or. Really, yeah, just keeping it like this. Yeah. Right. Something like that. It's kind of like this, but more. It's like that. What was that? Jack Black pixels. Funny one, right? It's the depth or
In one.
there's a max jack. The Minecraft was the jack. It's something like. Oh, yeah. I think it was just pixels. Scared. Scared.
Gosh.
That's what I'm getting. Just restart them. Yeah, really cool.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Sometimes I don't.
My bad, Matt. Give me 1 second. Almost there.
Man, it's always your computer, bro.
No, no.
Just.
Okay, so for whoever's done, I just slacked out what we'll be doing next, which is like the group exercise where you guys can figure out what it is that I gave you guys some options, or you guys can make up one of your own. Up to you guys. You guys can kind of start looking at that. We'll be splitting up to groups of 2 groups basically.
Wait, so we have to choose from one of these?
You can choose from one of those, or if you want to do one of your own, you can as well. Ultimately, we're going to be doing like this spreadsheet schema, like building it out to what it looks like and stuff first. So you'll get the. All right, so let's pull up VS Code. Did you clone it
You
already?
guys want to just do the,
Alright, cool. Scroll down.
just run what we did last night?
Let me scroll up and
Last night? We could change the API.
let's see. Right. So.
Store. Oh, it's many for many, Bob.
So go ahead and click the code button. Clone, you're gonna clone this. Sort of. So I kind of recommend restarting you guys' computer like maybe like once a week.
It's weird. It's getting scared.
That's my ears. That's one win.
First, take a breath, take a breath.
Out the door to the.
Right.
Okay.
So all the way down, and then you're gonna make another right at the end of the hallway, and it's right there on the left. Okay. Yep. So go ahead and CD into Collab API, then code space period to open it up. Junior connects to the spider.
Got it. Yep.
So that's excellent. Okay. Open up your term service. Okay. Do we get status real quick? We should see that we're on main. Okay, we're on main. So we need to create our own branch. So we're gonna go get checkout. Dash and then whatever the name of the branch like.
No, it's just like the branching out thing. We're like doing like changes. Push it up.
Like enter. Well, we can see we switched over to that branch. Now if you do get status again. So we can see originally we were on main, we created this new branch and switched to it,
But like
since now we're on main.
Yeah.
So it's not so like. Correct.
We did that.
That's the cool thing about that. Back to VS Code. And so I want you to make any change you want. It doesn't matter what file or they don't. Like you're gonna have your own.
I do.
That's why I didn't do it, but it's what a bug came.
And then after that, it'll merge to the.
How did it? There's a guide for.
I will try this. So this is where it's. That this one. Yeah. It's like that. So. Yeah. So we.
Scroll down.
Now, right, fine.
This one?
Yeah, but I have a Mac desktop. But
No, so you don't need to.
We'll need that.
So you just do, so you already
Oh,
added the
that's the
change?
guy. Oh, it's the guy.
So go ahead and make it.
I got one of those outside.
Did you get status? Why don't you do
Oh,
get?
yeah,
status?
you are the. Well,
So you can see. So what you did in the terminal, that works for your So now we can see that you're on that. So now make any change you want to any file. That doesn't matter. I don't care which one. Add a comment basically. Add like hashtag mean something. It doesn't matter which file. But so the first file that you see, add a comment in there that says.
So get origin.
Cool. You would get status again, and basically you're gonna add committed functions to it. Cool. You see, I just want you to do that so you can see you're still in that branch. Now go ahead and add committed push.
check out.
Solid.
Get check out main is getting out of the branch, right?
That's, yeah, from, let's say, so get checkout, branch name. So that's basically how to switch to whatever branch.
Okay.
So get checkout dash B would be create this branch create this new branch and switch to it. But then git checkout without the dash b is switching to whatever branch it is that you're trying to switch to. That's the difference with dash b and without it. All right, cool. So go ahead and push it up.
So let's put this in my.
Yeah, so
This
it's
is nothing. So then, yeah, this.
no, yeah, so there's nothing to commit, but we're gonna push it.
Just try to get it.
Yeah, go into git, push, click enter. All right, cool. So we need to do that setup.
Yeah.
Go ahead and copy that command. So basically, this is honestly, which doesn't inside.
Yeah. Open.
It's seven, click enter. All right, so now from here on out, now you can use git push because you did that for git push. So basically, when you get push, you need to know where to push to. Now that you're in a new branch, kind of just by default, that's what it is. So yeah, so you already put, so that command already. Okay, so let's go back to the browser now and go to GitHub. And so now we can see there's your thing. So you're going to click compare and pull request because we want to create a pull request, or theoretically we could have went there. Same thing. I'm going to add a description. Click create pull request in the bottom. And so we're gonna have Junior do this one. All right, cool. So you created the pull request, grab the URL in the browser. I'm gonna go where it says GitHub. Yeah, copy. You go to Slack. And so now we're gonna go and be like, hey Junior, can you review my PR request and send the link to it as well. Okay, so now you're gonna wait. Okay. You go to Matt's message that he just sent. Bottom, solid. Go and click on the link. I should open up in the browser.
So people are doing phone.
So there, yeah, he just made some changes in his own branch. And in order to merge those changes from his branch into the main branch, which is like the branch that, like, let's say all the users are using, right? That's the clean branch that is up to date. Okay, so now they can put his new stuff into that main branch to get it up to date. Okay, and so to do that, he created a pull request. So there's like, we see that pull request tab. So that's where all the pull requests. And so now you can basically review his changes. So we can see there's the description, whatever. You can now go to files change, for example. Right. So that's going to load, like, here's all the files that he changed and what he did. So he added that. Okay. And so now you can click review changes on the right side. You can change it to approve. Theoretically, it would be, if you didn't want to approve it, you wouldn't approve it. You can add a comment if you want, completely up to you. Click submit review. Solid. And so now we can see that there's your comment and there's saying that you approved your code. You approved it. So now Matt can go back to GitHub now. Scroll down, so we can see there, Junior approved your PR request, approved your code, so you can scroll to the bottom, and now you can merge your code in. So click merge pull request. Click confirm merge. Solid. Now you can delete this branch, so you don't need that branch anymore, so you're going to delete it. And then now the last step is let's go back to VS Code. Now, so we're right here. We're still technically on your Mac branch, your personal branch, right? So we want to switch back to main. So go git checkout main. No, just main. So the dash B, you're only going to do dash B if you're creating a new branch. If we're just switching from branch to branch, just git checkout whatever the branch. All right, cool. So now we're here. So we're going to do git pull because we need to get those changes that are now on main on GitHub down to your computer. Solid. So there we can see there's the file that you updated, all that. So now you can do the last thing to do is to delete your branch locally. Since you deleted on GitHub, we don't need it. So if you type in git branch real quick, so that just shows us all the branches. Solid. So we can see if it's you're on main, you also have that other branch. So we're going to go git branch space dash capital D. So dash capital D. And then the branch name that you want, space, and then the branch name. Solid. Click enter. Solid. You deleted your branch. Now you're good to go. The next thing you would do theoretically is you would branch off again to start your next task, because now this is up to date. All right, cool. Now Junior. So let's go and clone this API first. Let's go up to the top. on code. Switch back to like the code side. Okay, so click on the green. Here. Oh, this. Over here, but do I need to create like, fork it first or no? No, so we're all, so we would only fork it if we want to create our own version. Okay. I want everyone to be collaborating together, so we're all working on the same one. Okay, so that's why we do it. So get this. Enter. So CD into it and code spaces. Collab API. Also, if it's helpful, for everybody here, you can do Command plus or Control plus on Windows to make it bigger. There we go. Yeah. Me too.
Make mine smaller.
Yeah, sometimes it's nicer to have more stuff, so I make it smaller. Sometimes I need to really see it small. Solid. So now you can do code space period. Period. And open up a terminal, all that kind of stuff. So I'm in the collab API.
Collab API. You just push something and I was able to approve it, back to you. Then you push it.
He merged it in, so that way they put it with main. The main. Exactly. And so now you just pulled, and it should have everybody here's changes. If you had pulled this before that change, theoretically, you have to do another give. So you get the most up-to-date changes that he just did.
Because he would sent it up and I had no rules.
Exactly. So we need to like get all the versions or everything up to date. Okay, so go ahead and open up the terminal. And so now go ahead and do a git status real quick. I just want to show, so we're on branch main. So right now we're on the main branch. In the real world, we will never I want to say almost never do any real changes on main. Because this is the code that ideally like pristine, like that's what's working. We don't want to mess that up. We're gonna switch to our own branch. So that way that's the branch that we can like mess, like that's a clone of that, basically a copy of it that we can mess up and whatever. It doesn't matter. So you're gonna do git checkout space dash b space dash b space and then the branch name. So call it whatever you want, doesn't matter. So you don't need quotes, no quotes. Yeah, and it'll be one word. So like you're gonna like perfect. You click enter. So now we can see we switch to that branch, right? So there's the main. Exactly. And it's everything is one. So right now they're both exactly the same at this specific. Okay, so now just do a git status one more time. And I just like doing git status because it shows us the state of what we're at. So we can see now we're on branch, Ziller's branch. And we also see it there on the bottom. You can see that there. So now you can make any change you want. It doesn't matter what file, you can add a comment somewhere. Let's add some comment. So we can do that. In a directions. Oh, you created a new file.
Yeah, right. Can I do that?
Yeah, wow.
This one, right?
Yep.
New file.
There you go.
So notes. Dot
Solid.
there. And yo.
Okay, so
Can you use Baker info?
you can use Baker. Yeah, by all means, use Baker.
Status, that one is nothing there.
Yep, so you need to add, commit, and push that up.
Yeah. And you guys want to do restaurant menu? This one goes to my branch.
Yep, it's going to your branch, and we know that.
You can split it up into 3 different parts. Yes. I'll do drinks and appetizers, some of
Yeah. And so now I need to push it up. So we can see, because you're on your own branch, git push doesn't know where to go. So it's like, hey, you can run this command right here. So that way, basically, when you do git push and you're on this branch, it knows to push it up to there. You can go get, basically copy that whole thing.
So this one is on GitHub or just on my
This is gonna push it up to there.
GitHub?
Yeah, exactly.
Do I need to initiate? I don't need to initiate anything on the GitHub side.
No.
Okay.
So now we can go to GitHub and you'll see those changes basically. Let's go to GitHub, go to the browser. Perfect. And so now we can see there's the recent thing that you just did, choose center branch.
Okay.
We could either click compare pull request or we could click on pull request tab. Either or, it doesn't matter. Solid. So theoretically now you're clicking like new pull request. And so I didn't have everyone do this, but this is what I did originally. And so we're always going to start with, I want to say almost always, basically, we want to put what your changes were into main. So that's why main is going to be the base. And then you're going to click the compare and you're going to change it to be your branch, which is my branch. So we're bringing up my branch into there. And so we can see these are the differences. So if you're happy with that, click create a pull request, create a pull request, correct. Give it a description. Yeah, and let's go to the bottom, click create pull request. And then we're gonna have Lana read it. So go and copy the URL at the top. Go to Slack and be like, hey Lana, can you review my pull request? Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and just approve it. So Lana's gonna go there. She's gonna review your code, pretty much like what you did to Mac stuff. Okay. Once it's been approved, theoretically you get an email notification as well. And then from there, then you can merge it in. And we'll kind of go through the process.
So everybody's an approval authority, or is Teams designate someone to be approval?
It depends on the team, and it depends on how big the team is, right? So that, for example, the last team I was working with, like for the people who are Ruby engineers or Rails engineers, there's only like 3 of us. So between all of us, like yes, all of us could agree. In a larger team, I'd imagine. So when I worked on a larger team where there was like 10 of us all working on this application, then it was like we needed at least one approval from one of the higher people. It didn't matter if one of the like junior engineers approved it. Like we're all juniors, we want one of the senior engineers to approve it. So again, it just kind of depends.
First line, second line,
Yeah.
and then, so there's like a point, second, to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And so yeah. But it depends. That's yeah. Okay.
So just.
Solid. Okay. Now you can go back and refresh the page on GitHub. This is it. Actually, you don't even need to refresh. Right there, we can see Lana approved the change. Okay. And so now you can merge your things. Go to the bottom, click merge pull request. Confirm merge. Merge. Solid. So now your code's merged into main, and you can delete your branch. So you don't need that branch no longer anymore. So now you can delete it on GitHub.
So what does it like really mean by pool? Pooling is like
Pulling usually means like if I'm gonna like get pull,
yeah.
I'm gonna pull the code from online
Yeah.
onto my local.
So when I pulled my code over here, this notes, I was creating all of this on my branch.
So
I pushed it
you pushed it from your branch locally
here
to get
there, and then I pulled it.
So now you're gonna, so that's what we haven't done yet. So now, so if we do a git status real quick, we're just gonna see that we're still on your branch that you just deleted on GitHub actually, the one that we don't need. So let's go ahead and switch back to main. Let's git checkout main. Git check main.
So nothing happens if we just pull it back without somebody putting it.
No, well, until we merge it in, main is just the same as normal, right? Because there technically hasn't been any, like nothing has changed on main. So now that you switch to main, go and click enter. Now we can see that you're on main, right? We switch back to main. We also see it down there. So now you can basically do git because technically on GitHub, main changed.
Yes.
Your local, we didn't change it yet. Okay. So you have to go and click enter. And so now we can see it wasn't there. And so now as soon as this goes through, we're going to see that red should go away. Because now that file exists on your main branch now. Okay. Originally it did. The final thing to do is to delete that branch that you are not using anymore. So if you git branch, cool. So we can see you have main. There's that branch that you don't need anymore. So you're going to go git branch space dash capital D, and then the B, capital D, and then space, and then the name of the branch. So it's under branch. And click enter.
D means drop or something.
Delete your solid. So deleted branch. Okay. So now theoretically, the next thing you did is you're assigned another task, right? And so you would branch off of main again to work on that task, and you would do that exact same process again.
Yes.
Solid.
It's checked out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up mine so you guys can all see. You good, Mom?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna pull up. So right now, if I do git status or git branch, we can see I'm on main. I didn't delete my branch locally, so I'm gonna delete it. Git branch dash D, and then I can do tab complete and delete that. All right, so now if I do git branch again, you can see now I only have main. The other thing to note here though, so if we do git log shows you the commit history for the specific repository you're in. So for example, if I go back to GitHub, so here's the collab API. If I look at these commits, if I click on the commit history right here, I can see all of these commits that we did where we made the change, and then from there where we actually merged that branch in. So this is the commit history. So if I go back to my terminal, or let's go to VS Code actually, not that one. So if I go git log, we can see here's all of the commit history that I have locally. And so I know that other than seeing my code isn't up to date, like I don't have Adrian and Matt's stuff that they typed in here. I don't have Junior's notes stuff here, etc. I know that this is out of date. So what I need to do is I need to go git pull. So I do git pull. Now we can see all of this stuff just updated. We pulled some stuff. There's Matt and Adrian's changes. I can see there's Junior's notes, txt, etc. And then the other thing I can see, if I go git log again, now we can see there's a bunch of stuff here. Here's the one that Junior just did. If I keep clicking enter, here's Matt's changes. If I keep clicking enter, there's Ron's changes. There's Adrian's changes. There's Kiko's changes. And then there's right below that should be my original changes, etc. And so git log basically allows you to look at the commit history, and it's one way that I can determine is what I have on GitHub and what I have locally up to date. I knew that it wasn't because I could see that originally when I did git log, I didn't have all the changes that everyone did here. Also, obviously my code was different. There's just two different ways I could do it. The other thing I'm going to share with you guys with git log real quick is you can add like -2 or -3. Basically, that's going to, now I'm only going to see 3 commits. So I click enter. So it only showed me the last 3 commits, for example, or git log -1. I just want to see the last one, whatever. Okay. But yeah, so this is the way that like in the real world, like this is how it works. I assign Kiko to do the stuff in the controllers. He branches off from main. Well, the first thing that you should do actually, and let's go back to the guide. Is it, so this one.
Holy tabs.
Yeah, I have a lot of tags. I have a lot of tabs. Now I have a bunch, and so this is like so. Oh man, and I have like a different like browser, like I guess whatever profile for everything. I'm just like this is like the Code School of Guam one. Here's my one with that one that I was telling you guys earlier for that Florida company, and then I have like my personal one down here. The school for the school in the States that helped teach or that taught me that I'm helping out. This is another one for them. I have a lot of stuff going on. Anyway. Okay, so back to like the daily team workflow, right? So we can see at the start of day, you always want to make sure that what you have is up to date, right? So basically you're going to make sure you're on the main branch and pull it. You can do git pull origin main, or you can just do git pull. If you're on main branch, you don't need this origin main. The next thing you would do, and the other thing I'm gonna say here is this is if you're starting on a new feature, right? So you're gonna do git pull origin main, whatever. And so then now like, okay, cool. I'm assigning you're assigned this task. As soon as you're assigned that task, you're not gonna do the work on main. You will never, almost never, I want to say almost never. You're gonna create your own branch. Git checkout -b, the name of your branch. Again, depending on where you work, it's gonna be named different things. For example, going back to the example that I shared with you guys, the naming convention where I was at, where I work, here is like my initials. So LS, I was on feature team 1. So it's feat 1 dash the ticket name. And then I would even give like what I'm doing. Upgrade Ruby. And this is like version 2 because version 1 got messed up. Okay, so create your feature branch. You're going to work on your code, add, commit, and push, whatever, like normal. And then from there, once you're done with that, then you would do pretty much exactly what we are just doing there. We would create our pull requests. Once it's approved, we would merge it in, all that stuff. After our stuff's merged in, you'd switch back to main, pull the changes from main onto your local, and then you would delete that branch. And then theoretically, then you're starting on your next task. So you're going to branch off again. git checkout dash B, next task, whatever, etc. Questions, comments on any of that? All right, cool. Okay. All right. So with that being said, I did just share pretty much what we're going to be doing on for the last, I guess, hour of the class. If we don't finish it, it's completely fine. But basically, we're going to be creating an API. We're going to do a group project, right? So the first thing we're going to do is, I don't know, we're going to be split you guys up into two groups, a group of two and a group of three. And then from there, you guys are going to figure out what project it is that you want to do. Feel free to choose any one of these projects down here, or you guys can choose one of your own. And then from there, after you figure out what you're going to work on, the first thing I want you to do is plan out your schema. Open up a Google Sheet, Excel, whatever it is you want to use, and figure out what tables you need, what are the associations, what are the different attributes, and then I want you to actually fill it out with data, like what we do. And I really want to emphasize this because the better you do this, the easier time you're going to have with the code. As soon as you do that properly, like it's literally just like adding the code for it, and it's super easy. You don't want to be thinking through this stuff when you're actually doing the coding. The next thing you can do, of course, plan out what you're going to do. And potentially this is where you can kind of like divvy up what the workload, basically. Like, so there's the other thing I'm going to say is sometimes it makes sense for us to branch off and do things at the same time. Sometimes it doesn't. For example, in the beginning, our stuff isn't set up so that way people can be working on different things at the same time. And so that's where it's going to be one at a time. It's like I cannot start my branch until after Junior has finished what he's done. I cannot start my branch until he's created the API, for example. And then from there, it's like I can't start it until he's created. Let's say I'm trying to create a controller. I'm not going to create the controller before he's done the model, for example, that first, the base model. Doesn't make sense to because I can't even test it. Things like that. So there's going to be things that are dependent. And so that's where more than likely we're going to be doing stuff like just all together. We're not really going to be using branching off, I don't think, for today, just because I don't think it makes sense to do it just yet. So we're going to do the simpler version where everyone's going to do work on main. And then from there, yeah, you're just going to take turns. We're all going to work together, get this specific thing done, push it up. The next person pulls it down, does what their stuff. Yeah, set up the project, divvy up the work, and then from there, you're just basically going to start doing it. Okay. Do you guys have a group? You guys have a preference on the groups here? I need a group of two and a group of three.
Together.
I think we're on.
All right. Same groups. All right. So you guys want to like maybe move so that way Matt and Adrian can be together? Maybe Junior go the other side. Or Kiko can come the other side, either or. I guess Junior, I think you're good, Junior. I think Kiko's gonna come over. All right. You good?
Oh, right.
I'll take my picture right now.
Yes, I was gonna.
Supposed to do my picture, so it's like,
Oh, you're gonna use your picture for the thing right now?
No, I'll just. I was like, okay, the three things I was gonna do is go
Volleyball.
question mark,
Question.
and a book.
Okay.
There we go. Those are my.
I think that's solid. That's solid.
You want me to take your picture?
Yes, yeah, that's good. And then. No, it's like.
Are they doing Chrome? Is that what they're trying to do?
Kind of. That's
I tried that other guy's one, but dude, it's just like diabetes.
bro. That's so it's super sweet. I gotta admit, it's pretty good though. Pretty good.
I have my hair. Shoot, so I send this one to you?
Yeah, just send it on Slack or WhatsApp, whatever. It doesn't really matter what it is. Yeah.
I gotta set them down.
Slack it over. I don't know how much is it?
It was, I saw it, there's maybe a separate delivery fee. It was,
If there is, I'll send it again.
well, I don't have so I was just thinking like, it's fine.
I'll just add it to your paycheck. Send it to me how much it is, and
Okay.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, no, thank you.
So they didn't have, what's it called? They didn't have 3 hand toss, so I just did thin for the other 2.
Oh, whatever. That's fine.
Okay.
This is cool. I like seeing everyone in person. Also, everyone, there's water and juice here. in the fridge. So if you guys want water or juice, and then the bathroom, obviously. And we're
There's beer next door.
there's beer next door too. That's also if you go back.
You just walked out, like, is the building connected or like, no?
It's kind of.
It's literally a
Well,
parking lot.
Mm.
Uh,
Oh my God.
There. I need to go return the cards.
Yeah, I'm surprised they let you take the.
One of the guys, and I was just like, hey, next door. And he's like, here, just take this.
Oh my God.
Hey, dude.
Shit glass.
What's your the other key?
Okay. It's just things that water, juice. And then did you lock the door?
I did.
Okay, okay. Wasn't sure. There's no homeless in there. For real though.
It's not a joke, man. It's basically.
No, I get it. They come in, or they try to.
Yeah, they won't.
Really?
They won't mess with you.
I'm about to say, you just said they won't take runs tires.
They're right.
I can see, but. If I can't see the name, I see it.
Oh, they put a.
Oh my gosh.
You know, once you get this guy, there's people hanging out outside.
There's a lot of people.
There's not both sides. There's just eyes on them.
There's a lot of function, or not function, yeah, they just have their outside that area. They got like some boys over there.
There's a bunch of Holly girls. But be careful down here. It's Hollywood. It's not Hollywood.
Oh no.
Video is losers were John.
We don't know this episode.
It's really sure.
So we're gonna do the take turns kind of thing, right?
Or you can do your see because he taught us now how we can do it all separately, simultaneously, and then just keep pushing it to each other.
But the thing is that there's gonna be certain things that are dependent on each other.
Um,
I do like the idea of you guys branching off still. I like the idea of you guys branching off, but just keep in mind that like still you'll have to wait until it's been properly merged.
When we're gonna do that. So restaurant, okay, so, when we create the API, you know, for sure.
we have to do the spreadsheet first.
Also here, I'll show you what. Here's like what the tickets look like and stuff. I actually need to set up my tickets. Active sprint. So here's like what this is actually like. This is what we're doing. So I have some tickets assigned to me, and then whatever. So the same like just Kanban board.
This is not ClickUp. This is
No, this is Jira. So Jira and Atlassian, Atlassian. This is a really, really popular one. They have to pay for it. So that's why I don't pay for it. ClickUp is free. That's why I chose it. But yeah, so this is like the actual thing and stuff.
So the table will be.
And then these guys, they use Zoom actually. I didn't know Zoom has a whole like messaging and stuff. So I was just on the phone with them this morning.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, this is what I'm working on. I'm helping them out with this stuff right now. Yeah.
So wait, can you go back to the board?
Yeah.
Then I'll split his here.
And so this team was moved. There was a lot of people there's way more people at the place, but it's just they were moved to other teams.
Oh,
Yeah. So right now, because in this team, I think there's technically only like 3 people here or 4.
can you only see your team?
Yeah, I can. Well, depending on my level,
Mm.
I'm just contracting for them, so I'm pretty sure I could only see mine. But before, I could also see other teams as well. Yeah.
It's pretty similar though. What is this one?
UAT, I forget what it stands for, but it's basically like make sure check the business side, like check the product team, let's say, or the business people to make sure everything's good.
So
I've never had to deal with it.
Really? You know?
Usually it's to do in progress QA and then done. Yeah. So this is what really looks like.
Wow.
Like order and have many items and items.
So what are
Maybe that's what you say.
well, it says an order has been.
Good?
Everyone's doing solid with the PR request. I think it makes sense.
Order.
So I'm not expecting them to get too far with this new project, but more it's like camaraderie.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
So I'm debating. I don't know. We'll see how today goes, and so far it's going pretty good.
Mhm.
I don't know if
I
we're
think
gonna.
so, yeah. I think that like I
It's one too many.
This
the
everyone's cool.
Yeah.
Everyone's really cool.
Because I just felt like I don't know if it was like a personal thing, but also like a collective where like it just felt,
Yeah, so like it even says here,
you know?
Damon.
Yeah.
Man, sorry. Oh shoot, this is recorded. Sorry, Damon.
Oh.
It's okay. Oh, Damon was really quiet though.
Yeah, no, but he was nice.
so.
Yeah, no, it's
Restaurant.
I think your class was cool. It was good, but I do think like Damon just felt really out with it, I think. And then everyone else got along.
No, I just think like yeah, I thought like y'all got along, but I think like um
You guys just mesh
like
better.
they're more yeah.
They're up more top.
Yeah, they're more extroverted.
Yeah.
I feel
Well,
like
I feel like we have an extroverted group and introverted.
yeah.
Yeah, that's more of what it is.
I don't
Oh, it's cool.
know.
I'm thinking.
So.
I don't know if I want to. Yeah.
So on the restaurant, it says required restaurant ID. What if we're only doing one restaurant with many? That doesn't matter, right?
Well, in that scenario, I feel like just remove restaurant. If you're only gonna
Or
remove
remove restaurant ID.
yeah, they remove the restaurant model. Like let's remind the restaurant. Yeah, if it's just for that one restaurant, then why do you need a restaurant?
Yeah.
That makes no sense. That's the way I mean. I think it's
Yeah. But now we got two tables the way we want.
Yeah, we could do like that.
It doesn't. Yeah, so you don't have to go exactly off. It doesn't have to be a many to many.
Or just be a one
to
to many, because last night we did post and tags and then we had post tag.
Yeah.
So now we can do menu item, or menu order, and item order.
Yeah.
But why would you need item order though? Why wouldn't?
Order many items and item we have many.
Okay.
So, because it's saying to focus on many to many instead of one.
Well, I just wanted to do that because I think it's good practice. I want you guys to practice that. Yeah.
So I guess we're just getting rid of the tracks.
I mean, you could always like on your spreadsheet, like see how it would look with filling out the data. If it makes sense, then solid. If it doesn't make sense, then that's where obviously you guys can. This is where it's really good to do this because you don't have to worry about editing the code or whatever, beforehand.
So that's what we just did. We kind of.
Yeah.
Restaurant ID and restaurant name and total. restaurant
Exactly.
total.
So now you're not wasting time trying to implement something that you don't need.
So we don't even have to create that model or table anymore.
Just to take three, we'll create three tables. We do the items, we do the orders, and then we'll code it. Then we'll do the item. orders. I think it's okay. What if I think. We can, I initiate the, yeah. So, okay.
Got you.
Yeah. Restaurants menu. So. Today you guys all like some French. There's no way you're gonna go whole things. Oh, no, see, it was on the. Sure. You have this. Yes, we do. Oh, sorry. You know it.
Is that the Jed cow? Jed cow guy?
Yeah.
He went to FD. I think I might have like known him when he was a few years older than me. I think he was 2015 and I'm 7.
Rails new.
Yeah.
But he was working at Disney, right?
Yeah.
I saw that.
Dude, that's
You can check out his YouTube. He does like a day in the life of like a software engineer.
watch this.
Yeah, we'll do them.
With them at the mall.
Say, used to have to.
There's a couple of people from Guam that work at.
He's here. Yeah. I think he's like showing up, but I'm not sure if like he's not the right one. I feel like I hear. Do you need like the key? Do you have the key?
Like she was on Frozen. I do it.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Names on the crest. Yeah.
Absolutely. As like team, like not just a regular. Like she was part of the team. It's a Pixar. Pixar?
Other the
Well, it's called Google Calendar. It's all time in a circle route.
Okay. Sorry, this is Cal.
Dude, so Google has like their own like city. pretty much. They have their own golf course. It's fucking cool. Yeah. So when you go into Pixar and like this, that it's its own. It looks like a giant playground. Like it's like Toy Story.
Oh,
short
generate.
Rails.
So. Data.
There's even something called Google Engineers.
I think I've heard of that.
My girlfriend did it. She went in, it was like a 2-week course, but she learned how to use Google inside out. But everything from like calendars to workspace to, and they give you a cert, like it's an actual document. That says, I'm that proficient in Google. It's doing like, I never used Sheets. I'm still. Then there's another website called Level Up. And you can get certs for all kinds of like, dude, I have one for soccer 16. It just says, hey, because you can tell the employer, yeah, I'm good at it, but yeah.
Sometimes it just